Hello everyone, great to see you. This is Bikram and I welcome you to this channel. Today we will learn about division law of indices. Okay, and last time we learned about multiplication law of indices, right? So if you have not watched multiplication law of indices or lecture 1 of our video, then I recommend you to watch that first, and that video will give some clue about today's video. Okay, so I recommend you to watch that video first. Before we start, let me remind you something. Okay, if you have not subscribed this channel yet, I recommend you to subscribe this channel because we are uploading informative videos like this daily. Okay, so I request you to do that. So let's start. As I said earlier, this video is all about division law of indices, so we can clearly understand that it is all about this equation, as you can see in your screen right now. So before we understand this equation, first we need to learn how to read this equation. Okay, and we will learn how to verify this equation. This is the question in our head right now. How can we verify this equation, right? So let's start. Okay, first let's learn how to read this equation. Okay, here is one mathematical term in your screen right now where a is power, right, and x is base, right? So we can read this mathematical term as x to the power a. Okay, so similarly this we can read this as x to the power b and x to the power a minus b. Finally we can read this equation as x to the power a divided by x to the power b is equal to x to the power a minus b, right? So we have learned how to read this equation. Now let's verify this equation. Okay, so to verify this equation, first we need to put some value in a and b, right? So in place of a we will put 4, and in place of b let's put 3. Okay, and let's check whether this left hand side will be equal to this or not. Let's check that. Okay, now let's do some experiment on it, whether this left hand side will be equal to this right side or not. Let's check that. Okay, let's start. So first we need to understand what is the meaning of x to the power 4. Okay, this is simply the multiplication of 4 variable x. Okay, x to the power 4 means multiplication of 4 variable x, as you can see in your screen right now. So similarly, what is the meaning of x to the power 3, right? So it is basically the multiplication of x times x times x, as you can see in your screen right now. So what will happen if we divide those two terms, x to the power 4 divided by x to the power 3? So what will happen, right? So let's put value, right? As you can clearly see in your screen right now, this is left hand side, x to the power 4 divided by x to the power 3, and in right hand side there is in numerator I have kept value of x to the power 4. Okay, and similarly in the denominator I have kept value of x to the power 3. Okay, I have colored them white color as the x to the power 4 and yellow color for x to the power 3. Okay, and you can clearly see some common x in numerator and denominator, right? So let's cut common x. Okay, I will cut this and this. So we have finally there is only one x left in right hand side, so we can clearly say that x to the power 4 divided by x to the power 3 is equal to x, right? So we can clearly say that, and you can clearly see here, right, there is only one x, right, and we can't see power of it. There is no power in x, right? We can't see that power, but we have to assume that there is 1. Okay, it has power 1, so we need to assume that. You can also write that x to the power 1 like this. Okay, x to the power 4 minus 3, because 4 minus 3 is equal to 1, right? So if you put variable back then in the same equation, then we get this. You can clearly compare these two equations, right? We kept 4 in place of a and 3 in place of b, so you can compare that and we can clearly verify this equation, right? We have verified this equation, right? Here is one extra expression right here. So how can we verify this then? Let's verify that. This is the equation, next equation. Okay, x to the power a divided by x to the power b is equal to 1 by x to the power b minus a. Okay, let's do similar process. In place of A, let's put 4, and in place of B, let's put 5. This is another values that I have kept in this equation. Okay, so let's check whether this will be equal to this or not. Okay, this part will be equal to this or not. If this left hand side will be equal to this right hand side, then we can clearly say that x to the power A divided by x to the power B is equal to 1 by x to the power B minus A. We can clearly say that, right? So okay, let's start. So if we divide those x to the power 4 divided by x to the power 5, then we get this, right? Here is multiplication of 4 variable x, and in denominator there is multiplication of 5 variable x, right? And you can clearly see some common x, right? So let's cut those. We finally get x in right hand side, only one x in right hand side, so we get like this, right? 1 by x. That means x to the power 4 divided by x to the power 5 is equal to 1 by x. Okay, so here is only x, right? And we can't see power of it, but as I said earlier, there is 1. Okay, there is 1. It has that this x has power 1. We need to understand this. Okay, so we can rewrite this equation like this. Okay, x to the power 5 minus 4, x to the power 4 divided by x to the power 5 is equal to 1 by x to the power 5 minus 4. Before there was 1, right? And 5 minus 4 is equal to 1. We need to we know that, right? 5 minus 4 is equal to 1. Last time we kept 4 in place of A and 5 in place of B, right? We can clearly compare these two equations, and we can verify this, right? We have verified this. So how was that, right? We have verified this. We have clearly verified this equation. Okay, this part. So we learned division law of indices today. So don't forget to give feedback about this video. We will meet in next video. We will upload informative videos daily. If you don't want to miss these videos, then I recommend you to subscribe this channel. Till then, stay safe and bye.